eres indecisa. Y no la culpa es que cualquiera va a caer con su sonrisa.
Solo con un beso ella me hipnotizó. No puedo olvidarme de lo que pasó.
Sin duda. Esa es mi niña, cualquiera se encariña. De lejito me guiña, varias le tienen riña.
Solo porque es mi niña, cualquiera se encariña. De lejitos me guiña, varias le tienen riña. Muchachos, 3 movimientos y tomamos la delantera. Papa W, con la joven leyenda Mike Tower. Ustedes saben ya. Yeah. Los legendarios. Saludos desde el otro nivel.
Mike Tower, baby.
Usted anda con nosotros. Dímelo, Yancy.
Full Harmony. Get your Latin fix here.
Listen here.
This is Dash Latin X.
I'll be on the drums.
Dime si haces todo lo que dices y si no lo haces, ¿por qué? Obi on the drums, Babylon girl, KG.
Dime si hace todo lo que dice y si no lo hace, ¿por qué? Tiene miedo que, tiene miedo que. Dime si hace todo lo que dice y si no lo hace, ¿por qué? Tiene miedo que, dime, tiene miedo que.
Dime si tienes miedito, y si nos juntamos, y si nos besamos, eso ya estaba escrito. Pégate, rompe el mito, pégate, rompe el mito. Yo voy a besarte sin pedir permiso, como esa boquita siempre lo quiso. Mami, yo te apuesto que esta noche tú te vas conmigo.
Y baby, no, me rehuso a darte un último beso, así que guárdalo. Y deja el miedo que esta noche se hizo para los dos.
Tienes miedito que, dime mami, tienes miedito que. Ay, dime si haces todo lo que dices y si no lo haces, ¿por qué? Dime, tienes miedito que, dime mami, tienes miedito que. Ay, dime si haces todo lo que dices y si no lo haces, ¿por qué? Tienes miedito que, dime mami, tienes miedito que. Hey.
Tú tienes miedito que, dime, tienes miedito que. Déjamelo saber, papi, déjame saber. Porque veo que tú estás solito, pasando rico, pero sigue mirándome. Déjamelo saber, papi, déjame saber.
¿Cuándo vas a aceptar que te gusto? Que te mueres porque estemos juntos. Que te quieres quedar conmigo hasta el último minuto. Todo contigo lo disfruto. Deja el miedo, ya somos adultos. Voy de frente, yo nunca me asusto. Dime si tú tienes miedito, ok. Dime si tú tienes miedito, ok. Dime si tú tienes miedito, ok. Dime por qué tienes miedito, bebé. Si eres lo que dices, no tienes que temer. Que tú eres grande, toda una mujer. Ay, dime si tú tienes miedito, ok. Dime por qué tienes miedito, bebé. Solo soy un flaco mostrico, bebé. Ay, dime si haces todo lo que dices y si no lo haces, ¿por qué?
Tienes miedito que, dime papi, tienes miedito que.
Ay, dime si haces todo lo que dices y si no lo haces, ¿por qué?
Tienes miedito que, tienes miedito que. Papi, qué rico que estás solito, si quieres déjame saber. Papi, déjame saber. Dime si haces todo lo que dices y si no lo haces, ¿por qué?
This is Dash Latin X.
Era mi reina, ahora es mi diosa. Hace lucir a las demás como envidiosas. Peli negra y peligrosa. Al seducirla ella se me pone nerviosa. Oye. Otra cosa, tú eres otra cosa. Se ve que en la cama tú eres talentosa. Los ignora por más que la cosa. Cuando otra me habla, se pone celosa. Era mi reina, ahora es mi diosa. Y hace lucir a las demás como envidiosa. Peli negra y peligrosa. Y al seducirla ya se me pone nerviosa. Oye, no hay ni que decirlo, mami, tú eres otra cosa. Las mujeres como tú son las que hay que tener esposa. Le gusta hacerlo, veces corrida no reposa. Si le falla y el corazón te lo destroza. Si la quieren tener, no se va a poder. Porque ya pa' mí se va a poner. Contigo nadie se va a contener. Te quiero comer sin detenerme. La cartera, mami, dile que tú no eres cualquiera. Van a coger la envidia si se enteran que por culpa mía no está soltera. Era mi reina, ahora es mi diosa. Y hace lucir a las demás como envidiosa. Peli negra y peligrosa. Y al seducirla ya se me pone nerviosa. Ella a las demás las hace lucir mal. A los hombres los pone a alucinar. Ey, yo me envolví con esa pusima. No es la primera ni la última. Yo te lo juro que a esto no le vi final. Quemábamos de la medicinal. A ti hay que tenerte de principal. A las otras uno les dice y caen, pero no se comparan. Las cosas que yo te hacía a ti en la intimidad se supone que no se contaran. Se las digo a las amigas y causó que ellas a mí se acercaran. Pero están claras de que era mi reina. Ahora es mi diosa. Hace lucir a las demás como envidiosas. Peli negra y peligrosa. Al seducirla ella se me pone nerviosa. Oye. Otra cosa, tú eres otra cosa. Se ve que en la cama tú eres talentosa. Los ignora por más que la cosa. Cuando otra me habla, se pone celosa. Era mi reina, ahora es mi diosa. Y hace lucir a las demás como envidiosa. Peli negra y peligrosa. Y al seducirla ya se me pone nerviosa.
One. We're live.
And we're live. Cheers.
Salud. Mr. Frankie
Salud.
J in the house. Welcome everybody. Espérate, si hay que,
Oh,
siempre que
man.
se hace salud, uno tiene que
¿Cómo dicen?
beber.
Para arriba, para abajo, para el
Pa'l
centro,
y pa'
para adentro. Well, thank you for the invite.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Thank you. I
Thanks for
finally get
having
to like meet you in person.
Oh, wow.
See, because we've known each other, pero
For
because I've
about a year and a half
interviewed
now.
you before,
Right.
but like through Zoom and all that, not like the real deal. Like I'm
Like
touching-
right now,
I'm
we're
touching
like
Frankie
right
J
here.
now.
We're right here.
That's
We're right here.
Welcome everybody to this live stream presented to you by Tequila Herradura. I am Pili Montilla, and I own the radio station Fun for Life Radio. And within Fun for Life Radio, I have my own radio show called Truth and Tunes. And my guest today is none other than R&B singer-songwriter, amazing human being, uber talented,
Hey.
Frankie J.
Hello, hello, hello. First of all, I want to say thank you for the invite, for allowing me to be able to, to transmit to the fans through your incredible show. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity, thankful, and big shout out to everyone that's watching us right now. Thank you for the love and support. And yeah, here I am today with you.
Yes, and we encourage you guys to write any comments or ask any questions. I will be taking questions from the audience, so feel free to ask your questions for Frankie. Bueno, Frankie, like I said, I've
En
always,
español o en inglés, ¿verdad? Los dos idiomas.
ambos. We're going to do a little bit bilingual.
Perfecto.
But a lot of us grew up with your music, with your songs. We grew up with you.
Oh, thank you.
And that
And
is
vice versa.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
absolutely.
And it's been such a pleasure and joy to kind of like see you through all these stages that you've been through. But, Cumbia Kings,
Yes.
Cisco,
Where it all began.
all of that,
Right.
Frankie Boy.
Oh my
But
gosh.
now I went way back. I went way back.
Yeah, you're taking me way back, which is cool though. I like remembering.
But now it's Frankie J, and
Yes.
I believe like from the last time that I talked to you, it seems that you're in the best, very peaceful, calming stage of your life.
Absolutely. I'm in a very good spot right now. I'm comfortable where I'm at. Although I never like to be too comfortable because I always like to get out of my comfort zone to grow. But I'm good where I'm at the moment. I'm excited as to where I'm at because I'm doing things my way.
Yeah.
And I'm able to, come and go as I please. I don't have to answer to anybody. The only people that I answer to are the fans, to you guys. And it's very, very awesome to say that I've worked all these years to get to where I need to be right now. And it's all due to the fans and obviously to you guys, the ones that continue supporting my music and continue to consume my music, because without you guys, us artists wouldn't be where we're at the moment and being able to do what we do.
I love how humble you are, and that's one of the things that I've always loved about you, because to have the success that you've had, you're a multi-platinum artist, you've done English, Espanol, cover songs, your own songs. You've worked with Pitbull, Ozomatli, etc.
So many people.
So many people, right? But you still have los pies en la tierra.
Hay que tener los pies en la tierra porque eso es lo más importante, ¿no? de un artista. Creo que la humildad es una llave del éxito. Es una de las llaves, porque hay muchas llaves. I feel that, coming from parents that had to struggle, had to work hard, they taught me that since a kid. Yo creo que comenzó con mis padres porque ellos me inculcaron la humildad, de trabajar duro y de seguir luchando, porque estamos en un país donde nos da la libertad, ¿verdad? De trabajar, de hacer lo que quieramos. Y en orden de obtener eso tienes que luchar, tienes que trabajar. And for me, it's been such a tremendous journey, and to learn, from our parents, because they're the ones that guide us. Everything starts at home. Todo comienza en la casa.
And talking about that, how has fatherhood changed your creativity?
Fatherhood, oh man, I have 2 kids. And my oldest, my son, he's 20 years old. My youngest is 16. And not to say that I'm old, because I'm still young. I'm still young.
Of course, pero son adultos ya tus hijos.
Sí,
o sea,
no,
20, 16,
ya están grandecitos.
Sí.
Pero la verdad que sí me ha cambiado bastante la vida, porque ahora siendo padre, o sea, te ponen diferentes planes. O sea, you have to be super, super giving, super responsible. And you have to guide them now like your parents guided you as a kid. So it's a big responsibility. I mean, I love being a father. I love, seeing my kids grow and expand in life. And, it's an incredible feeling to be able to do that, because you see them go through life, and you see them fall, you see them stumble, you see them get back up, and you're just like, wow, that's my child. That's how we're supposed to mold them. And they've been really amazing kids through, overall.
Right.
They're not troublemakers. No son esos niños que se meten en
You
líos.
weren't either, were you? You look
No,
like pretty
fíjate que no.
santito.
Yo nunca, bueno, de santito no sé, pero sí,
De ángel tal vez no.
I was a little, I wasn't a bad kid. I was a very good kid. I loved going to school. I always got my good grades in school. I took advantage of the time that I was in school to learn as much as I could.
Right.
Because even music for me started in junior high and in high school.
Right.
En la, ¿cómo se dice en español? The high school, ¿cómo se dice?
¿Secundaria?
En la secundaria, bueno, I think secundaria is junior high, ¿no? En la prepa.
Oh, prepa.
En la prepa,
okay.
en high school. Ahí fue donde me desarrollé yo como músico, como cantante. I was able to perform for the first time in front of my peers, and it was the most craziest
and also,
time.
I believe that one of your peers was the one who heard you singing, and she kind of like pushed you.
That was in 8th grade,
Sí.
and
she was like, "Wait, that was you?"
Yes. How do you remember that? That's so crazy. La muchacha que que me ayudó a salirme de mi, how do you say that? From my shyness,
comfort
right?
Zone, yeah.
Se llama Amabel Baltasar, que yo creo que ya está casada y tiene un diferente apellido. Shout out to Amabel Baltasar, 8th grade. I sat behind her in, I want to say it was either history class or English class. I'm not sure. But one day she heard me sing, and I was just minding my own business, doing some work, and she turns around like, is that you singing? I remember singing, I want to say it was a song from Shy. And if I ever fall in love again, I will be sure that the lady is a friend. And if I mean, I don't remember all the lyrics, but I remember singing that piece of the song, and she just turned around and she goes, was that you, Frankie?
Wow.
And I'm like, y así como bien shy. No, it wasn't me. Yes, it was you. It was you. And I remember, I think I was about 14 years old. And she goes, you need to use that voice.
Yeah.
The world needs to hear that voice. And I just looked at her, I'm like, oh my gosh. And she goes, do you write your own songs? I was like, yes, but I don't. Yes, maybe.
I do want to talk about that because, and I want to talk about being shy too, because when you're up there on stage, there's not a shyness.
No, not at all.
At least that doesn't come out at all.
Not at all.
But you started writing at a young age too, right? Like around teenage years?
I still remember the very first song I ever wrote. I was 12 years old.
Okay.
I still remember the very first song I wrote. I was 12 years old. I had a crush on this girl in school. I want to say I was I was like either 10 or 11 years old, because I remember being in 5th grade. And I had a crush on this girl. And the girl was not, never looked at me, nothing. I was just this little kid, You
were like non-existent.
Pero escribía poemas, escribía así como, poemas chiquitos, ¿verdad? And I just started putting melodies to some of these words. And I didn't even know what I was doing, to be honest with you. I was just having fun with it. But I was very young, starting to put words together, making them rhyme, and then all of a sudden putting melodies to the song or to the lyrics, and that's how it kind of developed. So I started learning how to put it all together.
Wow.
And since then, it's just kind of stuck to me.
So self-taught completely.
Self-taught. Nobody has ever taught me how to play a piano, how to, anything that has to do with a melody or put words together. None of that. That was very natural for me. Where I did learn how to create, I would say, like arrange music, was later on through friends of mine that my older brother, Louis, introduced me to, and they started teaching me about arrangements, about sequencing, learning how to use a computer, learning how to use a keyboard, arrangements and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how it all kind of began.
Do you think you're better at writing or at singing?
Oh, that's a good question. Wow. I think you have to have a little bit of both, because, for me, I want to say I've always loved writing.
Okay.
I've always loved being, able to write on a piece of paper and expressing myself. Mm-hmm. But I've also loved to express myself on stage,
right?
Singing, vocally. I'm super, super picky when it comes to my voice and the way that I express myself on stage. I feel like I have to give the audience my all, no matter where I'm at. And if I feel that I have it, I push myself just a little more extra to give my all to the audience.
And how do you know? You just know?
I just know. It's one of those things where you feel it. You know what I mean? Like, I think you feel it within you. Like if you're giving your all, you feel the presence of the audience. You feel the energy of the people. And I think that's how I know. That's how I can tell, Mm-hmm. But, I don't think I've missed it at all. I feel like whenever I go on stage, like you said, there's no shyness.
There's no shyness. Like, that's why, like, it blows my mind when I hear artists say, like, I'm so shy and I'm so introvert. I'm like, not when you're up there.
Well, here's the thing. As a kid, I was very shy always. And don't get me wrong. Even to this day, I'm still shy. Most people might think that Frankie J is, egotistic. No, it's not that. I'm just sometimes very shy to approach people. I kind of hide in a little corner somewhere. But when it comes to being on stage, I let loose. Like,
So is there a bit of an alter ego then?
I don't know if it's an alter ego. It's definitely still my personality. I feel like it's still me, but it's just in a different way of being who I truly am. Because when I'm on stage, I'm me still,
Yeah.
But I also like to separate being, the how do you say, like the regular, guy, the regular kid.
From the superstar.
Right,
Okay,
from
for
being
you.
this celebrity, quote unquote superstar. I feel that that's something that has to be, you can't walk around with that same character, with that attitude. I feel like you have to kind of be human, still when you get off stage.
Right.
But that's how I am. That's truly like how I am.
And I can attest to that. You really are.
There you go.
You're really so good. Okay, I'm going to go into questions from the audience. Let's see. This is from Nick. Nick says, do you feel a special connection with Baby Bash, considering that you have charted together so many times? There's definitely something very magical when Baby Bash and Frankie J get together.
When we get together, it is a party. When me and Baby Bash get together, it's brotherhood. I don't think there's anything outside of that. I think because we've been working together for so many, probably going on almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
We've been working together since 2002 because we wrote Sugar Sugar in San Diego, in Chula Vista. And when we wrote that together, that was the bond, that was the connection that kept us going all these years. So,
Before it became a hit.
Before it even became anything, like we were just friends. And I met him when I was in the band Cumbia Kings. Mm-hmm. That's how it all kind of started. And then, we wrote more. He came onto my first album with Columbia, What's a Man to Do. I invited him to the studio. We shared the same manager at the time. And he was like, you guys got to continue working. And so we were always in the studio together writing. And so me and him co-wrote a few of the songs on the album, What's a Man to Do. So, even to this day, whenever we get together, it's that brotherhood.
Well, you have your new single out with him.
There you go. Thanks for reminding me. I totally forgot. My Love Is on the Way, featuring Baby Bash.
Yes.
So, when we got together on that one, actually, that song, believe it or not, I wrote the very first verse and the whole chorus while I was in line at a Starbucks in a drive-thru waiting for my coffee. So, because it was a long line. It was probably, so check this out. So listen, true story.
Okay.
This is how My Love Is on the Way started. So I had already kind of started a track.
Okay.
And there was already a template for me to follow. I put it together in the studio at home.
Wait, is that usually your creative process?
Sometimes. It varies.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes the melody comes first or the lyric. But in this case, I had a template. I already had an arrangement, kind of, so to speak. And it was already an idea that I was listening to over and over and over. And that's what I do whenever I'm driving. When I'm writing, if I'm driving and I'm writing something, I listen to a beat over and over and over, and I get ideas. So in the drive-thru, while I'm trying to pick up my coffee, I started writing, My love is on the way, girl, so when I get to order my coffee, the girl goes, your order's on the way. So that right there gave me the idea. It's like, on the way. So I was listening to the track and I'm like, my love is on the way. My love is on the way, girl. And that was it. That's how it kind of came about. So then I finished that hook part in the drive-thru, and before I even got to get my coffee, I had written the first verse.
Wow.
So I memorized it, but I wrote everything down on the phone. So when I got home, I laid it down.
I love it. I thought you were going to tell me that, like, your love for coffee was so
Oh,
much
well,
that
that
you were
too.
kind of like telling the coffee, my love is on the way.
I was singing to the coffee all day. I was singing to the coffee like that.
Okay, we have another question, and this one is from Mendez Triple M.
Okay.
What producer would you say is the Quincy Jones to your Michael Jackson or the Dr. Dre to your Snoop Dogg? Good question. Wow. Love it.
You know, I have to say that the one, you know, producer that I always, you know, had fun working with and who is responsible, you know, for a few of my hits, he goes by the name of Nathan Perez. And, you know, his producer name is Happy Perez, Happy P.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys, you know, pay attention to some of the records. Whenever Obsession starts, I always say, it's happy for real. And a lot of people think that I said it's happened for real or it happened for real. No, I'm shouting out the producer of the song, and Happy is the producer of obviously a few of my hits, and I've always had fun working with him. So he is. What was the question again? The Quincy Jones to my Michael Jackson, and my Dr. Dre to my Snoop Dogg. There you go. I got to shout out Happy P for that.
Yes. So you've been working with him for a long time if you've been with him since Obsession.
Right. Well, you know, Happy and I, the last time we worked was when actually Baby Bash and myself did an album called Sangria.
Yeah.
And
that was like
and that was
2017, no?
That was 2017. It was a duo project that we came about in working with each other, and Happy produced a few of the songs on this album. And you know, Happy's gone and, you know, worked with like artists like Miguel, Frank Ocean.
Wow.
I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on, and he's done tremendous in the industry. So, you know, it's been amazing working with him and doing a lot of, you know, great music with him throughout the years.
You know, your last album was all in Espanol, and it was like una oda to the big Latino singer-songwriters, crooners.
Right,
it was
right.
like such a beautiful album.
Classics,
exacto. And you always also sing in English. So you've been completely bilingual.
Yes.
Which I think is fascinating. Like now, everybody's like, oh, whatever. But back then, when you started, like you were.
It was tough. It wasn't
tough.
really.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
didn't
known.
Really get it. You know?
It was definitely known, but I feel like on the urban side, it was not as exposed as it is now.
Right.
You know, because we started with a song back in 2002, 2003 called "Don't Want to Try," and that was my very first single after leaving the group.
Okay.
And, you know, I did an English version, and I also wrote it in Spanish. And, you know, for me, being this young kid doing urban music or doing quote unquote R&B music in the Latin side, it wasn't really a well-known thing. So we had to go in there and knock down some doors and, you know, go in there and say, hey, look, this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is what I represent, and this is how it's going to be, you know?
No
so,
choice. This is
being
it.
Latino, especialmente ser mexicano en una industria donde no es tan conocida el género de R&B music, fue difícil. Fue un poco difícil, fue un reto para mí. Pero gracias a Dios que el equipo que yo tenía en ese tiempo me ayudó bastante de llegar y arrasar con todo. O sea, letting these people know, like, hey, man, this little kid can sing. You know, and I can sing some rhythm and blues, and you know, we could do a little something, you know, and it was cool, it was fun, being able to do that and hearing your song on all sorts of pop radio, and top 40 radio, and rhythmic radio, and in Spanish, cantando una canción como Ya no es igual, Don't Want to Try, al estilo pop R&B, it wasn't heard of. It wasn't heard of as much, and I think the Barrio Boys were one group that tried it. One of the very first ones that tried it. The Barrio Boys were doing Spanish pop R&B, but when they tried crossing over to the English side, it didn't really happen for them. So, but I want to say that, if it wasn't for the Barrio Boys inspiring me and, inspiring my movement and what I wanted to do, I don't think this little kid would be doing what he's doing today. So it was the Barrio Boys, another group called New Flavor that were also, I believe, from Long Beach, from California, doing R&B music. And I don't really mention, the groups as much. I should, because I gotta, pay my respects to them, because if it wasn't for groups like them, I don't think it would be possible for me to do what I'm doing today.
Because you saw yourself in them in some
I
way.
saw myself doing what they were doing, and then they pretty much opened the door, for me, and went in there, knocked some doors down, and hey, we went and did what we did, and thanks to the fans again. It always comes back to the fans, because if it wasn't for the fans, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now.
And we're gonna go back to you guys. Keep asking questions and letting us know where you're tuning in from. So in terms of español and inglés, what comes easier for you when it comes to writing and singing? Because your voice changes from language to language. So which one comes easier for you, writing?
That's a really good question, Pili.
Thank you, Frankie. I hope all of my questions are good.
I think, wow, that's a tough one. There's moments I could sit down at a desk and write something beautifully in English. But then there's moments where my heart just says, escríbelo en español. And I go in there and I write. And I just write from the heart. And it just comes out. I don't know what is better for me, to be honest with you. I don't. Nunca me he puesto a pensar en que, what am I better in Spanish or in English?
It's just like depends what comes easier to you at the moment.
Ándale, exacto.
Right?
Yeah, that's it. I've never said to myself, you write better in English or you write better in Spanish. I've never, because it happens,
like organically.
in the spare of the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and you're also completely fluent in both, so.
Right. I can speak English and I can speak Spanish, y eso se lo debo a mis papás, porque
what a blessing,
ellos siempre nos hablaban a nosotros en español en la casa. Si hablábamos en inglés, ellos no entendían, pero comenzaron a entender un poco más porque mi mamá trabajaba limpiando casas.
Okay.
Y ella trabajaba con señoras que hablaban en inglés y le hablaban en inglés y tenía que entenderles.
Right.
Porque si no, no sabía cómo responderles o cómo actuar. O
qué hacer.
O qué hacer.
Right.
Ajá. Y mi papá, pues, él trabajaba siempre diferentes trabajos. He was a dishwasher to a Culligan man to a gardener. You name it. He would go out here in the Fresno area, Bakersfield area, to go and, get apples and oranges. Wow. And he would come back home. This was when we were just babies,
But they were musically inclined too, right?
My father was, yes. Mi papá tenía un conjunto a los 18 años y a los 17 años, creo. Y le gustaba mucho la cantada. Le gustaba presentarse como en las quinceañeras, en bodas, en tardeadas, allá en México, en Tijuana. Él siempre estuvo junto a un grupo que se llamaba en ese tiempo Los Moonlights. Le gustaba mucho los Moonlights porque ellos cantaban así como los Bookies, como los Yonix, canciones baladas, o sea, románticas. Y él le gustaba ese tipo de música. So he would sing all these different songs, in weddings, quinceañeras, and tardeadas and stuff like that. And he met my mom, and once he met my mom, he got married and quit. So
I'm sure he's living vicariously through you.
Oh, he's very proud of me. Both my parents are very proud of me, and I've had long talks with both my parents, and they've always been very, very gracious of everything that has happened with me. Very appreciative, very grateful, very proud.
Of course.
Because also, along the way, I've been able to help them. Throughout this career. So,
which I'm sure is like the most rewarding thing of your career, right? Giving back to your family.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the giving part. That's why I said when you get to where you're at, where you want to be, you got to be giving. Yeah. And throughout the way, you got to be giving. Because that's how God repays you. That's how He gives you more. So it's a beautiful thing when your parents tell you we're proud of you in that manner. It's like, wow. you know?
Okay, let's go to the fans now. Okay, this is from Flower Gamer 34. Actually, before we go to that, can you pass me a little bit of the Herradura Legend?
Oh my
I
goodness.
know.
A ver, yo creo que ya te lo sirvieron.
Mira, sí, es que we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month.
That's right.
By the way, it's so hard for me to say
That's
that
right.
word. Can you help me?
What?
Heritage.
Heritage. Hispanic Heritage
Month.
That was easy for you, Pili.
But no, because
That
I
was
slowed
so
it
easy
down.
for you.
No, because I slowed it down.
It's
And
because you've been having a little bit of that
imitating.
drink, that's why.
And I'm about to have a little bit more. Okay. So this is from Flower Gamer 34. In the beginning, you said you are the most peaceful in your life.
Yeah.
That you're
At peace.
at peace in your life.
Yes.
What helped you find this peace?
Oh, man. I think family helped me. God, you know, being able to have God in my heart has been able to allow me to find peace in where I'm at. You know, because you could go through all these crazy wars and battles and, you know, in your mind and physically, you know, in your life, you can go through all that. And I think if you don't have God in your mind, in your heart, in your, you know, in your soul, you kind of get lost in the craziness of the world,
Right.
you know? So I feel that for me, having God has been helping me to create that peace in my heart. And, you know, having good people around me, I think they, you know, it goes without saying, you know, when you surround yourself with like-minded people
Yes.
and people that are on the same plan as you, things happen differently, organically.
Well, we have a
With
saying, I don't
peace.
know if they have it in Mexico, but in Puerto Rico, where I'm from, dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, ese dicho es un dicho que también corre mucho por México, porque mis papás siempre me han dicho eso también. Dime con quién te juntas y te diré quién eres.
Very
Y eso
true.
es muy, muy cierto. Yo creo que cuando te juntas con gente que bueno, en realidad no están en tu plan, cosas pasan que, no te convienen, you know? And I feel like when you do hang out with people that are like-minded, things happen in a very different way, in a good way.
Yeah.
And you're just like, wow, this is awesome, you know?
And is that like faith that you have, you know, in God, in a
Yeah.
higher being? Is that also what has kept you sane in this industry? I
Oh,
mean, because
man, absolutely.
you've had so much success, and it's also up and down. You
It
know,
is.
How do you, you know, stay
Balance it all out.
Yeah, and just kind of stay in love with the industry, in
Right.
love with the craft,
Yeah.
and not get jaded.
I think for the most part, it's loving the art of music. When you love music, to be honest with you, the industry doesn't faze you. I mean, the industry is a bit crazy. There are a lot of crazy people in the industry, but when you love the art of music so much, you tend to kind of block the craziness of the industry of the business side, you know. So thank God that for me, I've always looked to the music, to the art, because it gives me, hope to keep going and to keep striving. I think that's something that is important for someone who is in this industry. I always tell, especially my kids, because my kids love music.
Are they following
my
your,
son-
By the way, do they think you're cool?
No, not at all. They don't think I'm cool at all.
don't?
At all.
What?
They're like,
Look at
man,
your style.
he's just, he's
Come
dad.
on.
He's dad. No, not at all. Like, and I always tell them, I say, look, if you want to get involved in this industry, you have to have thick skin.
I was going to say cojones or ovarios.
There you go, cojones.
Sí.
Ovarios. And I say to them, like, this is not an industry that is, that is looking out for your best interest. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
There's two sides to that token. And I tell them, if you love music, love music. Love the art of music. The industry will treat you a certain way when you are hot. And when you're not hot, guess what? They treat you in a different way.
Yeah.
So you must not look at that and just keep going, keep working, keep making music, keep doing what you love. You know, don't pay attention to all the crazy stuff. You know, just focus on the things that you do love, and that's how you'll continue. Look, I've been in this industry almost 24 years. I started in 94, 95. I got signed to a Canadian label at the age of 17. I want to say I was either a senior in high school.
How did you get discovered?
Or a junior in high school.
Because there wasn't any YouTube back then.
No, I mean, oh man, to make a long story short, my older brother was involved in music. He was a DJ. He was a DJ, so
it was like a house DJ, right?
Yeah, he did house music, freestyle music. I don't know if you're familiar with freestyle music.
I'm familiar with
the Cover
freestyle.
Girls,
Thank you
George
to
Lamont, TKA, Cynthia, Johnny O, Coro.
I didn't know what it was, but
Sweet Sensation.
On the podcast, so I have a podcast with DJ Raul Campos, and Raul Campos is a big DJ here in LA. He's really into freestyle music. Right. So when we interviewed you, you guys were like talking about freestyle. I'm like, what is this?
Man.
So thanks to you guys, I know about it.
Hey, look, freestyle music was a big era in the 80s and 90s. It was huge in New York, Chicago, Florida, Texas, California, Arizona. It was huge in many states of the country, and it was driven mostly by Latino artists.
Okay.
And I was heavily influenced by that style of music because, like I said, I still remember the first song that I ever wrote, and it was due to that style of music.
Okay.
You want to hear it?
Of course I want to.
Watch.
Wait.
So wait.
Anytime Frankie J says you want to hear me sing, you say.
But this is the most most honest song. Like, I don't even remember the whole entire song, but I know a piece of it.
Okay.
And it's very simple. It goes like this. It goes, I remember the first time we met. I knew you were the one that I had to get because of your style and your beautiful smile. Oh, baby girl, you know you drive me wild for your love. Hey, dun 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 for your love.
Hey.
That's it.
Hey, I love it.
That was it. I was 12 years old writing stuff like that. That was so innocent,
Would
so
you ever
simple.
revisit that song and kind of finish it, or
I don't know. Maybe I'll reach out to someone that is a big producer on the Latin side with freestyle music, and I'll tell them to remake to do that song.
What
for me.
happens to the songs that don't get out and published? Tienes como un cajón de canciones.
Ay.
grabaste.
Fíjate que ahí tengo varias canciones que nunca han salido al mercado, que nomás están ahí como arrumbadas, colectando polvo. Tengo varias canciones que puedo visitarlas de nuevo o no.
Right.
Y ahí se quedan. You know, they stay there.
And it's okay.
And it's perfectly fine. But sometimes I do go in the stash of songs that I've written, in the past, and I go in and revisit some of them. And sometimes I'm like, wow, I wrote this? Like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I totally forgot about this song. I want to
Or I totally forgot
revisit
who I
it.
was in that moment.
Right. And sometimes I freak out. I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have put this one out already. Like, what? Tengo un disco que se grabó. Hay un disco que se grabó que se llama Timeless.
Okay.
It was an album that I did back in 2008, I want to say. I was still signed with Columbia. And this is kind of what led me to get out of the label, because I showed the label this whole entire project. And by the way, it was produced by a group of guys named the Avila Brothers. Avila Brothers have been around for a long time as well. Two brothers that are from California, and they've kind of been under the wings of Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. They were raised by these amazing, iconic producers. And I got together with them once upon a time, and we put a whole entire album together. And the album never came out. It was an album entitled Timeless, and I named it Timeless because a lot of the songs, were just so special. And I feel like that project, if it would have came out, it would have been my best yet.
Really?
But it's still there.
But
it's
Columbia
still there.
doesn't own it.
No, they don't own anything
Frankie,
when it comes
put
to
it
that
out
project.
there,
Yo creo
put
que
it
ya es
out
tiempo.
there.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, we've talked about it before. We've kind of dabbled with the idea of putting it out, porque ya muchas canciones se liquearon a YouTube. So that was the only thing, and that was when I want to say, one of my computers, one of my hard drives was hacked into, and over 80-something songs of mine got leaked into the internet. And I was so bummed because of that whole entire thing. And I was like, damn, like, I can't believe these hackers, just got. And this was the time when I want to say a few songwriter artists and producers got their computers hacked into.
Wow.
I want to say Neo was probably one of them, Scott Storch.
So
Chris Brown, I don't know, don't quote me on it, but
targeting a certain
they were targeting a certain genre, and they ended up saliéndose con la suya, But some of the songs, there's a song called Diamonds, there's another one called Bring It Back, Timeless as well, self-titled song. Beautiful songs, great songs. One of them with Pitbull got leaked. There was a song called Let It Go, así como el estilo de freestyle,
okay,
but more of a modern sound. And I'm telling you, there's so many songs that are just there that never really got the chance to come out, but some of them got leaked.
As fans of Frankie J, let him know. Okay, we want to hear it anyways. Just put it out there, Okay, we have chance
that would be
for
cool,
one
actually.
more question from the audience. I'm going to say, I don't know who it is, but definitely this person hasn't followed your entire career.
Okay.
They only probably know you as Frankie J.
More room to grow.
Which is fine, of course. The question is, did you ever have an artist moniker or different artist name? Let's start counting.
Man. So first I went by Frankie Boy.
I was going to say, let me try to see if I get this right.
I first started with Frankie Boy.
Primero Francisco.
Bueno, I don't think, was it? No, I never went by Francisco.
No, I just mean like let's just go down the name of the
Frankie,
list of names.
Right, the list of names. So Frankie Boy, yo tenía como unos 15, 16 años, 17 años when I got signed to the Canadian label. Y luego de ahí, I jumped to Frankie Bautista con mi apellido.
Right.
When I got signed to a label called Ola Recordings, home of Latin artists. This was like in 97. And then soon after that, in 1999, the month of July, I flew to Corpus Christi and joined a boy band called the Cumbia Kings.
Yeah, of course.
So ahí me cambiaron el nombre.
I know a name.
A ver, ¿cuál es?
Cisco.
Yeah, of course.
The
That's the
original
name.
Cisco.
The OG. y porque ya había un Frankie en el grupo, era un percusionista. Y Avi me dice, como ya tenemos a un Frankie, a ti te voy a nombrar Cisco, porque es tu nombre.
Right.
Francisco, ¿verdad? Pero pues, we're going to just cut your name short and call you Cisco. Y así fue. It was changed to Cisco. And then when I, different names. And then when I finally ventured off into doing my solo thing, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine named Gabriel Buitrago. Gabriel Buitrago was in the industry back in the Sony days, working records. I mean, you name it, from everybody. And I was having a conversation with him, and he goes, Frankie, what's going to be your name? Cisco. I was still going by Cisco. He goes, well, why don't you just go by, your real name and your middle name? And I go, Frankie Javier? And he goes, no. He goes, do something else, like something that you can feel that it could be more universal.
Right.
And then I said, well, why don't I just use my initial J? And he goes, Frankie J. And he said it first. He goes, Frankie J. Dude, that's it.
Has a ring to it.
Yeah, it has a ring to it. And I said, okay, I guess I'm gonna use Frankie J. And that's how it kind of came about, and that's it.
And here we are. And we're sticking to this one.
Yeah, and I stuck to it. I never changed it, never went backwards. I just kept it that way, and that's how it was. And then the first hit kind of solidified it for me. Of course, Don't Want to Try being the first, song that I ever put out as a solo artist.
I was going to ask you, like, what does that song mean to you?
Oh, man. That's a good question. It was the beginning of a new life for me, ending the old life. It was a true story. It was a very, very true story. I was in a relationship that was very rocky and ended it. And I wrote about it, and it gave me a new life. Right?
Like, I'm done with this. I'm not going to try anymore.
It was, exactly. That's exactly what the lyrics are saying, is telling you the story of where I was at that moment in time. And then, you know, when I heard, you know, the song come to life, I was blown away by how it sounded. And I felt something for it. I knew that was something special. I didn't know what.
To the level of specialness.
To what degree. I didn't know to what degree it would be significant, you know, to me, but it changed my life. It was the start of a brand new kid with a powerful love for music, and it started my solo career. I was like, wow, this is it. You know, I knew there was something special about that song.
From all the songs that you've had and like all the hits that you've been able to write and sing, which one's your favorite to sing, like in front of an audience?
I think the most fun has to be Sugar Sugar.
Yeah.
You know, for me, Sugar Sugar was, you know, something that, I again, it was another song. It was actually written right after Don't Want to Try. Because Don't Want to Try was...
You were in a flow.
We were, yeah. When I got together with Bash, and me and him got together and wrote this song, honestly, we were just there having a good time. We didn't think of anything. We didn't think about, oh, this is going to be a smash. This is going to be, you know, this worldwide global record. You know, we just wanted to have a good time and enjoy ourselves. And that's exactly what it feels like every single time I perform it. I go back
to those
to that feeling,
that energy, that feeling,
yeah, that moment where, and I still remember. I remember telling Bash and telling Jaime, who was recording me at the time. We're in his house. We're in my friend Jaime's house. He's the same guy that helped me arrange Don't Want to Try, who co-produced Don't Want to Try with me. But I still remember the day that we were writing Sugar Sugar. I remember telling the guys, I was like, hey, just put me in the booth. We had already finished writing the first part of the hook. And I said, I have an idea. Put me in the booth. I'm going to do something. And, you know, I get in the booth. It wasn't even a booth. It was a closet. Era un closet lleno de ropa. It was a closet full of clothes. And I'm in there just, you know, opening the clothes. And, you know, there was a microphone in the middle. Closed the door. The door wouldn't even close all the way. It was just like, you know, just to get enough sound, just to get enough, you know, condensed sound in there. And I remember singing, sugar, sugar, how you get so fly. 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 Boom. That was it. And then Jaime goes, double it. Then he goes, triple it. Wow. Then do it 4 times. I'm like, cool. And then that was it. That was the last part of the hook. Wow. And the rest, pretty much, Bash took the track, took the vocal part that I did, and took it to Houston and finished writing his verses in Houston. And I didn't hear it till after it was already mixed and mastered.
And were you like, was it love at first?
You know, I didn't
listen.
It was a you know, for me, I loved the song, but the one man that said this is a smash was my manager at the time named Charles Chavez. He goes, this record is a smash. He goes, and this needs to be your second single. Right after Don't Want to Try. And I said, let's do it. But here's the funny part. This is where the industry does not coincide with you. So he went and showed the record to Columbia. And they said, we don't like this song. We don't think Frankie, this is what they said. We don't think Frankie sounds good enough on this song. He's not showing off his vocal ability. Because mind you, whenever
it's a compliment in a way.
No, it definitely was. I mean, you know, there's songs where you're gonna be wailing,
right, but
like
not
you're gonna
all
be doing
songs
all,
can be like that.
but not all the songs can be that way because there needs to be a balance, right? But they said, you know, nah, we're gonna pass. And so my manager comes up to me and he says, hey man, they didn't like the song. Well, not that they didn't like the song, they just didn't like the way you sounded in it. what do you want to do? He goes, and then my manager at the time goes, I think we should just let Bash have it so that, because at that time, Universal loved the song. Avery Littman, who was the CEO of Universal at the time, the president, he was like, I love this record. We'll sign this record featuring Frankie J, but Bash will be our artist, Baby Bash. And at the time, he was going by Baby Beesh. And so then we're like, let's do that. And then my manager goes, you guys can tour together because you already have a hit. With this one, it'll be your second hit, but you'll be featured on the record and you guys can tour together. Imagine if you guys tour together, you guys can kill it.
Right.
And so when that happened, that was the beginning of everything for us.
Mm-hmm.
So
but
it
wait,
was
but
really
that's
cool.
how then that song kind of became him and you featured.
Yes. And we went to Germany, we went to Austria with that song, went to different parts of the world, with that song. And to this day, it's been a global hit for us, and it pays the bills.
Oh, there you go. And we can't wait to hear it. I don't know if you're going to play it tonight, but maybe. Don't tell us whether you are or not. But I don't want to take too much more of your time because you do have to get ready to go on stage and perform.
Yes.
So my last question is going to be, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. And don't leave because he'll be performing a couple of songs very shortly. But quickly, 2 questions actually.
Okay.
Back to us, the new album that you are working on.
Yes.
When can we expect that? Because I know all of your fans want to know.
Thank you for mentioning that. Back to Us is an album that I've been working on now solidly about a year and a half. I've been taking my precious time with it because I really want to give my best to the fans, especially coming back into putting an album like this together, a pop R&B album. There are some very, very special guests that are on this project. Of course, gotta bring in my brother Baby Bash on this album. My Love Is on the Way is the new single that I'm promoting, which they can get now on all platforms everywhere, and they can watch the video on YouTube. My YouTube channel is The Real Frankie J. So you guys can go watch that video. The first single is a song called With You featuring Rasby from the group B2K, from the monumental group, R&B group B2K, and also features Paul Wall, the People's Champ from Houston, Texas, a very good friend of mine. Shout out to Rasby and to Paul Wall for for the love on this song. And it was produced by my son.
What?
My son Frankie III produced the song, and it's awesome being able to work with my son. So you guys can go check that out too.
There you go.
So the album, I still don't have an actual release date for it, but I'm anticipating this year in December.
All right.
Si Dios
Cross
quiere.
fingers.
Yes, so
Si no,
stay
pues, a
tuned.
principio de año.
Si no,
It's
para 2022, probably the beginning of the year. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so lastly, we are, like I mentioned, and help me out with this word, celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. Yes.
I was stereo.
What are you, I know, estamos en sync. What are you most proud of about being a Latino?
Man, being able to represent our people, our culture in a country that gives us the freedom to be able to do that and be able to tell, our people that everything is possible when you have God in your heart. Faith is dead without works. You cannot just have faith. You got to work your ass off for it. If you got to work for it, that's what we got to do, for anything that you want to do. Again, it's something that is essential, and you just got to have faith in the work that you're doing. So, for me to be able to tell this to my people, mi gente, mi raza, que le echen ganas, porque todo es posible con el poder de Dios, y la fe no, o sea, ¿cómo se dice en español? Sin el trabajo, la fe es nada. Tienes que tener fe y trabajar para obtener lo que quieras en esta vida.
Sí, yo siempre digo, it's not enough to dream big.
I mean,
you can say dream anywhere.
Work.
You got to work for that dream.
I heard this one day. This man said, actually it was a girl. I forgot where I heard it. But she said, if you dream big, you're already halfway there. Dream about it. You're halfway there. The next step is work.
Right.
The next step is work and get it done. And I think for me to be able to represent my people in this manner, it means everything to me, because I'm a proven fact that anything that you put your heart and mind to, you can achieve and you can make it happen. If you do that, you're golden.
Woo! All right. Well, we can't wait to see you on stage.
Oh, thank you.
I'm
ready.
Stick around with you guys while Frankie gets ready. So don't leave, ¿verdad? Diles ahí que no se vayan, que you're
Thank you
performing.
so much. No se vayan. I'm performing. I'm sure you guys are going to love some of these songs, these classics, and of course, some of the new ones from Back to Us. So don't leave.
Don't leave.
I'm the only one leaving here. But
I'm going to kindly kick him out. Okay, Frankie, I'll see you on stage. Gracias siempre. Seriously, you're so amazing. En serio que sí. Of course you can take your drink. Claro que sí. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, my name is Pili Montilla, and you're watching Dash Radio on the radio station Fun for Life Radio, brought to you by Tequila Herradura. By the way, did you know that Tequila Herradura is celebrating 152 years almost? 150, like a year ago. Yeah, so 150 years of making tequila, and they are the ones who actually came up with Reposado. They came up with it. Herradura Tequila is the legendary tequila. Talking about legendary, Legend is my favorite Tequila Herradura. If you guys want to take a little sip, and if you were here, I would give you a little bit, but you're not. But you should try it out. Seriously, it's super smooth. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. I had the opportunity to interview Frankie J, like I mentioned, about a year ago, but it wasn't in person. And ever since I met him back then, it was through Zoom, but you still get the energy and the vibe of the person and the artist. I could tell right away that he was not only uber talented, we already knew that from his songs, but also he was humble and just a beautiful human being. So I'm so fortunate that I get a chance to meet him in person, watch him perform, because I have never seen him perform before. I gotta tell you, I got a chance to see the sound check and listen to the sound check. His voice is one of those voices that are just heavenly. You know, like right now, there's so many great artists out there, but a lot use auto-tunes or just some help here and there. This guy does not need help. This is natural, raw talent. He is a legend. He truly is. So thank you guys for tuning in to this live stream. Like I said, don't go anywhere. Just in 1 minute, 2 minutes maximum, we'll be on stage. Frankie J will be performing. I'll be introducing him. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Pili Montilla, and make sure to follow and listen to my radio station, Fun for Life Radio, commercial free and free to listen to, and you can find it on the Dash Radio platform. All right, see you guys in a couple of minutes.
Ahora me llama para reclamarme, me está explotando el celular.
Y no es con fotos para calentarme. Ya no me llama para bellaquear. Ahora me llama para reclamarme. Me está explotando el celular. Y no es con fotos para calentarme.
Soy un baby y le no. Wow. Yeah. Mike Towers.
Thank you guys for sticking around to this live stream presented by Tequila Herradura on Truth and Tunes on Fun for Life Radio, right here from Dash Radio. We're in the heart of Hollywood, with none other than uber talented Frankie J. I just interviewed him for like an hour, and I could have definitely gone for like another hour. How did you feel?
Was it an hour?
It was 55 minutes.
It went by fast. I didn't even realize that.
You know, it's the Pili magic. What can I say?
When you're in the gossip moment, it doesn't matter how long it goes, right? It goes by fast.
Are you excited to be performing today? You've already been doing a couple of concerts, right? And performances after the lockdown, so this is not like your first one.
No, we've been pretty busy, thank God. We've been, doing some shows, touring for the most part these last 3 to 4 months. And I'm just, these are the kinds of shows that I like doing better because they're so intimate and they're like right here in front of the people. So
That's right. Maybe you guys at home can't see it, but we do have a couple of, we have a live audience right here to give you that energy that I know that you love. Yeah, there you go, there you go. Okay, como decimos en español, sin más preámbulos, without further ado, with us right here on Tequila Herradura presents Truth and Tunes on Fun for Life Radio at Dash with Frankie J.
yeah, man, I'm so excited to be here with you guys. And big shout out to Dash Radio. Shout out to, of course, Pili for the awesome introduction. And thank you guys for being here tonight. Big shout out to all the people that are watching us right now, all the viewers. And is it okay if I take you guys back? Is it all right if I take y'all back? See if you guys remember some of these songs. It goes a little something like this. Everybody at home right now, jam out with me. Hey, listen.
Everybody knows when I step in the club, girls see me and they wanna show the love. I got my chain on, with my shades on, rocking designer shoes, and I sold 1,000,000. So many girls, but there's one that caught my eye. Pretty lady, so fine, she blew my mind. Oh my, 'cause she's the one for me. Around the world and seen so many girls, but none can compare, 'cause I can't keep my eyes off that girl. Hey. But none can compare, 'cause I can't keep my eyes off that girl. Hey. Come on. None can compare, 'cause I can't keep my eyes that girl. Yeah.
Yo. Oh my goodness. You guys having a good time so far? Well, I want to continue taking y'all back if y'all don't mind. Some of these songs were written once upon a time. And they mean a lot to me because they kicked off my career as a solo artist, as I mentioned on the interview with Pili. And I'm excited to share them with you guys today. This one is a song that I wrote going through a very tough situation. And I'm sure some of y'all relate. Who hasn't ever been in a relationship that just quite didn't work out? And but made it through, found a way, figured it out, and life began all over again, right? So this one is a song. It goes a little something like this. Remember this one? Can't believe you had the nerve to say the things you said. Hurt so bad that they ended our relationship. Can't believe it. 4 years gone down the drain. How I wish things would have happened so differently. Tried to save as many times, but still you couldn't see. You kept insisting and resisting, but you would not fall again. Now you're trying to tell me that you're sorry, and you're trying to come back home. You're telling me you really need me, crying, begging, both knees are on the floor. But baby, I
de un hogar solo para los dos, con ilusiones de volverse en realidad. Pero ahora eso se va tan lejos de mí. Tuve que enfrentarme a la verdad, yeah. Después de tanto tiempo que lo que me hiciste pasar, yeah. Y ahora regresas para convencerme, comenzar de nuevo. Que te arrepientes, que me quieres, que no olvidas, que no aguantas el dolor. Yeah. Don't wanna try, don't wanna try, don't wanna try no more. Keep insisting when you know our love is out the door. Don't wanna try, cause all we do is say the things that hurts bad to where we both begin to cry. Don't wanna try, I've about just had enough. It's been a rough road, baby, just let go. Don't wanna try no more. Come on, Andy. Don't wanna try, don't wanna try, don't wanna try no more, baby. Ya no es igual, ya no es igual, ya no, 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 no. Don't wanna try, don't wanna try, don't wanna try no more, baby. Don't wanna try, don't wanna try, don't wanna try no more, no, no, no. Y'all give it up for Andy Quinn on the guitar over here. I want to take you guys on a little journey with this next song. This song means a lot to me because I used to perform this one back in the days with my brothers, the Cumbia Kings. And it reminds me so much of a time where I was this young kid hungry when it came down to the music and to the performances and the shows and, you know, being in Mexico, singing this song, and it reminds me so much of, you know, how great, you know, these Selena songs are, especially to this day. It means so much to us, and the fact that she opened up so many doors, you know, for us Latinos. And it's a song called Si Una Vez, and it goes a little something like this. One time for Selena. Si una vez dije que te amaba, hoy me arrepiento. Si una vez dije que te amaba, no sé lo que pensé, estaba loco. Si una vez dije que te amaba y que por ti la vida daba. Si una vez dije que te amaba, no lo vuelvo a hacer. Ese error, ese error, ese error, baby, ese error es cosa de ayer. One time for Selena, y'all.
Frankie J.
Here he goes.
Yo te di todo mi amor y más. Y tú no reconoces ni lo que es amar. Yo me puse dispuesto a tus pies y tan solo con desprecio me has pagado, pero ahora ves. Come on. Si una vez dije que te amaba, hoy me arrepiento. Si una vez dije que te amaba, no sé lo que pensé, estaba loco. Si una vez dije que te amaba y que por ti la vida daba. Si una vez dije que te amaba, no lo vuelvo a hacer. Ese error es cosa de ayer. Si una vez dije que te amaba,
I'm gonna take y'all back, is that all right? Hey! Come on!
well, it's early in the morning and my heart is feeling lonely. Just thinking about your baby got me twisted in the head. And I don't know how to take it, but it's driving me so crazy. I don't know if it's right, I'm tossing turning. It's 5 o'clock in the morning and I still can't sleep. Thinking about your beauty, it makes me weak. I'm feeling hopeless in my home. I don't know what to do, I think I'm in love. Come on! Hey, hey! Then what am I feeling? What am I doing wrong? Come on! No, it's then what am I feeling? What am I doing wrong? Hey, no, it's is this an illusion that I have in my heart? So tired.
Come on, y'all.
So fly, you got me lifted. Hey, you got me lifted. You got me lifted, shifted higher than the ceiling. And ooh, it's the ultimate feeling. You got me lifted, feeling so gifted. Sugar, how you get so fly? Yeah, sugar, sugar, how you get so fly? 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 You know it's better when we ride, we're and ride high. Doing what we do, watching screens getting high. Girl, you keep it so fly with your sweet honey bun. You was there with the money gone, you'll be there with the money. I'm sharp, I can't lie, I love to get low. You're my little sugar, I'm your little shoe low. Cause every time we kick it, it's hard to the groovy. Treat you like my sticky yicky, you're my sweet ooey gooey. Come on! You got me lifted, shifted higher than the ceiling.
Hey! Everybody watching this right now, sing along with me, come on.
Sugar, how you get so fly? Sugar, 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 sugar, how you get so fly?
Hey! Yeah, man!
You got me lifted.
Keep it going. All right, let me see if you guys remember this one there. Sing along with me. Are y'all ready? We're gonna do an acapella like this, yo. Hey.
You got me lifted, shifted higher than the ceiling. And ooh, it's the ultimate feeling. You got me lifted, feeling so gifted. Sugar, how you get so fly? Dash radio, how'd you get so fly? Dash radio, how'd you get so fly? Sugar, sugar, how'd you get so fly? Dash radio, how'd you get so fly?
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. I want to send a shout out to everyone out there watching us, whether you're at home, whether you're on a computer. I'm sure you're on a computer watching us or on the phone or something, right? phone, computer, all the new technology out today. I'm sure you guys are watching. Big shout out to you guys, and of course, much love to everyone that's here in the studio, hanging out, you know, having a party. That's all we're trying to do, just having a party here. In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, I'm gonna say it for Pili. In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, I want to do a song for you guys that it is so good, especially when you're having a shot of tequila. When you're having that one moment where you want to get a shot of tequila, I'm cueing you guys right now. If you guys are ready with that shot of tequila in your hand, this is what happens when you get a shot of tequila in your hand. You ready? Are you guys ready? A ver, corre y dice así.
Yo sé bien que estoy afuera, pero el día en que yo me muera, sé que tendrás que llorar. Dirás que no me quisiste, pero vas a estar muy triste y así te vas a quedar. Con dinero y sin dinero, hago siempre lo que quiero y mi palabra es la ley. No tengo trono ni reina, ni nadie quien me comprenda, pero sigo siendo el rey. Échale, compadre, y no llore, compadre. Una piedra en el camino me enseñó que mi destino era rodar y rodar. Eso. Después me dijo un arriero que no hay que llegar primero, sino hay que saber llegar. Con dinero y sin dinero, hago siempre lo que quiero y mi palabra es la ley. No tengo trono ni reina, ni nadie quien me comprenda, pero sigo siendo el rey. ¡Epa!
Oh man, that was awesome. And that actually, I didn't even take a shot of tequila yet, and that felt good. So, with that being said, see, now everybody's going to get a shot. See, that's not fair. I'm on stage, man. I'm singing these songs, and I'm like, what? Oh, ay, ay, ay. Pero se me vino uno a mí. Oh my gosh. A ver. Uno para el DJ. Una para al Andy Van Halen. Y una para su servidor. Oh my gosh, man. Ok, ahora sí se puso buena la cosa. So, in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, and of course, I want to say thank you to Dash Radio for inviting me to be here with you guys tonight, for giving me the opportunity to be able to transmit to all my fans out there across the world, for giving me the opportunity to be here tonight. Thank you guys so much. So you say this in Spanish: para arriba, para abajo, para adentro y para el centro. Oh my gosh. Whew, I should have got this shot before I sang the ranchera. Wow, that was awesome. So, falta una más. There's one more song that I want to do for you guys before we leave. This one is a song that we're promoting right now. And it's a song called My Love Is On The Way that I wrote while I was on a drive-thru at a Starbucks No lie. And it's part of the album Back to Us, which I'm anticipating that it comes out by December, the album by December. So with that said, this one is called My Love Is On The Way, featuring my brother Baby Bash. And it goes something like this. Hopefully you guys love it.
My love is on the way. My love is on the way. At your front door, ready to deliver to you. So let me know if I could chew through. Can't wait to see what you're gonna do. It's something that you've been wanting. Trust me for a very long time. Really got it, guess it's alright. I'm gonna put it on you tonight, girl. 'Cause tonight is a night. We're gonna take it all the way. You're the love of my life, and I just can't wait another day. Oh, I know that you know my love is on the way, girl. Shoot it over to you like it's UPS. Overnight it to you, baby, express. I can have it ready for you, signed, sealed, and delivered. My love is on the way, girl. 'Cause I know that you've been waiting for this package. I can have it ready for you, baby, no damage. At your front door, I know you can't wait to have. So baby, check your cell phone so you can track what time it'll arrive. And make sure that you're available, 'cause for this, baby, you gon' have to sign. So shorty, beat it, handle it, yeah. 'Cause I know it's gonna make you smile. Deep breath, there's no secret that there will be no delay tonight, yeah. My love is on the way, girl. Shoot it over to you like it's UPS. Overnight it to you, baby, express. I can have it ready for you, signed, sealed, and delivered. My love is on the way, girl. 'Cause I know that you've been waiting for this package. I can have it ready for you, baby, no damage. Be at your front door, I know you can't wait to have it. One time for my brother Baby Bash, y'all. Hey! Come on.
Kiss your pretty face and I get dizzy with that body. Show us with the face and let you see it when I'm not it. Baby girl, I'm on the way with a special gift for you. Other chicks want my baby, but they can't fuck with my boo. You're the key to my lifestyle. Never live life like it's been a journey. Glad I made it with the right guy. So now I'm coming home, gonna give it to you strong. Girl,
listen.
You are everything we hold.
My love is on the way. Shoot it over to you like it should be in. Come on, baby. I can have it ready for you, signed, sealed, and delivered. Ooh, girl. I know you've been waiting for it. For your baby, no damage. And I know that you can't wait to have it. Whoa. Shoot it over, baby. I can live it overnight it to you. I swear. You know the girl. Hey. No damage. Break it down, fellas. Come on. Hey. Come on, Annie. Hey. It's right to you. Hey. Ah. On the way, girl.
Thank you guys so much. I love y'all. Thank y'all for for allowing me to be here. Thanks to Dash Radio, and thank you to everybody who made it out tonight. Shout out to everybody watching us right now, live streaming. Thank you guys for the opportunity. I go by Frankie J, and I'll see you guys soon. Stay tuned for the album Back to Us. Yeah. Beto
decir que ahora mismo puedo darte el viaje que tú te mereces. No será Europa, pero el sol cayendo desde mi balcón medio se le parece. Y yo que tú no me acostumbraría a estar aquí en estas cuatro paredes. Haría todo por comprarte un día casa con piscina si Diosito quiere. Yo no tengo para darte ni un peso, pero sí puedo darte mis besos. Pa' sacarte yo tengo poquito, pero es gratis bailar pegadito. Yo no tengo pa' abrirte champaña, pero sí cervecita en la playa. Aunque es poco lo que yo te ofrezco con orgullo, todo lo que tengo es tuyo. Pasa bien rico. Y si en la casa no alcanza pa'l aire, te pongo abanico. Yo no tengo pa' darte ni un peso, pero sí puedo darte mis besos. Pa' sacarte yo tengo poquito, pero es gratis bailar pegadito. Yo no tengo pa' abrirte champaña, pero sí cervecita en la playa. Aunque es poco lo que yo te ofrezco con orgullo, todo lo que tengo es tuyo.
Nio García, Bray, Juanca.
La Air Force sombra new, la uña verde como mis hijos. Una prenda que me cambia la actitud. Esta noche no queremos revolú. Arrebatado dando vueltas en la jipeta. Los míos tengo una rubia que tiene grande las tetas. Quiere que yo se lo meta. Arrebatado dando vueltas en la jipeta. Conmigo una rubia tiene grande las tetas. Quiere que se lo meta. Arrebatado dando vueltas en la jipeta.
Prendemos de la híbrida. Tiene cara de atrevida, pero sin alcohol es tímida. Y como si nace, Peggy muestra su habilidad y la deja chocar como los guantes de Trinidad. Y ninguna le llega, nunca se niega, de mí no se despega. El cuadre me lo entrega, ya no está pa' perder. Se acostumbra a ganar, yo trato de no caer, pero tú eres el final y me enredo. Pero procedo, lo que pidas mami te lo concedo. Platite en Cali, zapato Roberto Capali. No le gusta la Molly ni la Pali. Y yo sé que quizás o tal vez suben de 3 en 3. Yo tiré con este, brilla mis diamantes. Y eso te gusta y te corre, fumar hasta que tu mente se borre.
Arrebatado dando vueltas en la jipeta. Conmigo una rubia tiene grande las tetas. Quiere que se lo meta. Arrebatado dando vueltas en la jipeta.
Machinando en la troca, la cubana que a cualquiera desenfoca. Con una demonia que se baja la roca. Donde sea me lo saca y se lo coloca. Se hizo grandote, eso allá atrás le rebota. Hasta en el asiento me cuelque la nota. Una vueltita en la turbo diesel por la costa. Vale feeling hip pa' los monchis langota. Bonía en clay, preventiva la ray. En la nube vacilando por el sky. La bella que en high como pareja de high. De solo mirar no sabemos la que hay. Mi mami la chambea hacia quien nos frontea. Evita problemas, las cosas están feas. Hoy no estamos pa' revolución, así que pichea. Dale abajo pa' que me vean.
Arrebatado dando vueltas en la jipeta. Los míos tengo una rubia que tiene grande las tetas. Quiere que yo se lo meta. Arrebatado dando vueltas en la jipeta. Conmigo una rubia tiene grande las tetas. Quiere que se lo meta. Arrebatado dando vueltas en la jipeta. La Air Force sombra new, la uña verde como mis hijos. Una prenda que me cambia la actitud.